Hello, today I want to make a video talking about a subject which people are often confused about. It's about love. And it's amazing how in the world language has an impact on how we see things and how we react to things. For example, in Arabic, in Greek, in different languages, the word love has different meanings, but especially in like the Bible, you know about the agape love, the eros love, the philos love. And so when you say to someone in different languages, you say, I love you, it means different things. But in America, in English, when you say to someone, I love you, it basically has one connotation. It could be like being very close, being very emotional. It could be sexual. It could be a committed kind of love, a dedicated kind of love. And so it's hard for you to. My dog is playing with my shoe. Thank you. It's hard for you to say to yourself, I want to talk about, love with you, and you're my boss, or you're my friend, we're the same sex, or it's just uncomfortable to use the word love. And so we tend to say other things. We say, oh, like, I like you, I care about you, hey, you're my friend. And so we're kind of trained in America that we don't use that word. Now, for example, in Chinese, they have the word for love. It's "hua ni," and that means I love you, but they don't say it to their parents. If you say it to someone in Chinese, they might be a little bit uncomfortable about that, so they would say things like "I like you," things like that. But the point is, love is a very important word, and when you use it, you have to understand the power of the word. Let's put it this way. If I give you a sense of love in a way that makes sense to your sensibilities, then you've changed the whole meaning of the word love. And so what I'm going to do is talk more about not love, but what it means, what it entails. It means consideration. Okay? Consideration. For example, if I spend time with someone, I consider that person important. I give them my consideration. If I talk to someone, I consider that person important to talk to. If I utilize that sense of love to the world using the word consideration, then I make a video because I love people and I want them to have a sense of what I have derived in my mind as important. So I give you consideration by making this video, or I give consideration by watching your video, or talking to you, spending time with you, or if I do a job and it's something that I feel is a passion for me, like being a doctor or a teacher, then that's how you show your consideration to the world, which is your love. And if you think about that as being important enough to consider it as being special, then your consideration is all going to be better than someone who's just decided to do it because they had to. Like if someone goes on a job and they have to deliver the mail, or they have to clean out these things, or they have to teach these kids, or they have to build this building, but they don't consider it as being important. They only want what is to them the payment. Then they're not showing their love. It's not going to be best. It's not going to be anything special about it. But when someone says to themselves, I love children and I want to teach generations to be better for their future, or I love making buildings people so they can be safe and I design the buildings or I build the buildings, then all we do is consider part of our love in a way that we can show it as consideration. And so a person who has consideration for you will always give you their best. A cop would give you his best consideration as a cop. A doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, a person who cleans the streets, anyone who does anything, if they have a sense of loving consideration, then they will always try to do it to its highest level, because it's important that you understand, or at least the message that they want to convey was given, that they were trying to do their best. So when someone does something and they have a loving consideration for it, then you see the end result. It's much better. It's excellent. And you can just be assured that there is a reason why they are so good, because they consider you important enough to make it that way. And so when you think about, at least now the year is over and a new year starting, a new decade is starting. But really it's just another day, because it's a day for us to live and to use our consideration in the best way. And so people tend to look at this as a time to make resolutions. And I don't do that, but I think it's important that if you do resolve, it means that you should resolve to be better, not just because of the calendar, but because it's a new day, and consider this day as being important, because it'll never come again. Okay, just as you know, the days change, there will never be another December 31st, 2019. There will never be another January 1st, 2020. Every day is special. Every second is special, and you should consider it as a gift that you're able to live in it and do something with it. And so the way you show your love to people is by rephrasing it, reframing it as consideration. And it doesn't hurt to say that I consider you important enough to tell you that, whatever you have to say, or do this for you, or be here for you, or leave you alone. Okay. Now, when it comes to love, another thing about love is love has no reason. Love is a reason. Okay. The reason that I love my wife is because she is my wife. It's not because she's pretty, or she's a good cook, or she takes care of me, or whatever these reasons are. These reasons exist, but that's not why I love her. I love her because she is my wife, and I love my wife. And so loving her means I give her my consideration. If she calls me and asks me to do something for her, then I don't gripe. I don't fuss and complain. I say to myself, this is the time for me to show her that consideration by doing what she asked me to do. And it's just much better for me to look at her situation as being worthy of my time, because that's why I'm here. That's why I'm her husband, because I'm here to be here for her as she is here for me. And so, and the rules are that we don't ask each other to do things that are going to be deleterious. She doesn't ask me to, to fight bears, or to run out in the rain, or to do things, electrical things or mechanical things that I can't do. She doesn't ask me to put my life in harm to help her, and as I don't for her. But if she asks me to get up and get her a bottle of water, or to go and run some errands, and she does for her charity, I do it because I love her enough to consider her important. And that's what it's all about. And she does the same for me. And so if we, like, for example, if you have a relationship with somebody and you broke up, like, the guy or the girl said, I don't want to beat you no more, I don't love you no more, then there was a reason for it. See, if you have no reason, then you can't break up. Now, if someone decides they want to be with you, and you can't fight that. Maybe they haven't had that mindset. But the point is, you still love that person, even though they may not love you. And you say to yourself, I will consider you important enough to leave you alone, because for some reason you choose not to be with me. And so I will leave you alone. I will give you that consideration of distance. I will leave you alone. And you go on with your life. Because the thing you must always do, first of all, foremost, is give yourself consideration. You see, I can't love anyone if I don't love myself. Now, the Bible says you should love others as you love yourself. And people forget that. You have to work on giving yourself consideration. And what does that mean? It means how you live, how you operate, what kind of job you do, who you hang out with, the things you allow yourself to watch, the food you eat, the amount of sleep that you get, the things that you put yourself into every day. As far as this is my life, and this is what I do, and this is what I put myself into. Would you do this for someone who you didn't care about? Would I consider this type of food for someone who I don't care about? So why am I eating it if I should love myself first? Why am I smoking cigarettes? Would I tell my children to smoke cigarettes? No. Would I tell my children to drink alcohol? No, you don't think that way, right? So why would you do these things if you wouldn't give these things to your children? Why would you work in a job that you just can't stand? Would you put your enemy into a job like that? Maybe, but would you put a friend in a job like that? No. So why are you not training yourself, considering yourself worthy enough to give yourself some training so you can do a better job and live a better life? It all comes down to self-love, and the reason that people just don't get along with each other because they don't love themselves. It's like if someone says, "Well, look, I don't love myself, so I gotta go on social media and have 10,000 friends on Facebook and be followed by most people on Twitter." I don't have these things. I mean, I do have Facebook, but I don't go on it ever. I don't have Twitter, Instagram, these things, because I don't want people following me. Even when I make these videos, I consider them important enough to make them for you if you want to watch them, but I don't put any credence on how many views I get or how many likes I get. I tend to make the video to my own standards of excellence, that I know that I will watch the video. If I watch the video and I like what I see, then I know I made the video right, and you can enjoy it as well. But for us to be in this world where we all have to make ourselves, known to someone who we don't even know, liked by someone who doesn't care about us, that's not self-love. So what we're striving to do, people like myself who have committed ourselves to teaching and giving you our consideration of love, understand that we can make the world a better place by just giving you an environment that makes you think, that makes you feel hopeful. If you ever walk into a room and someone is swearing, or they're playing, really crazy music where there's a lot of violence going on in the song with swearing and all kind of stuff going on, it changes how you feel. Or if you walk into a room and you hear some news, someone died, some celebrity died, or there was a mass shooting, it changes how you feel because of the environment. So people like myself, we strive to make an environment that you can be in and not be affected in a negative way, but to be impacted in a positive way, and go out and make your life and your world a better place. That's how we show our love. That's how we show our consideration to ourselves and to you, by giving you our best, and always try to make the world just that much more pleasant experience in a hopeful environment. So I hope you can understand what I'm saying, that instead of always using the word love, use consideration, because it'll make you think better about the situation when you say it. I consider myself important enough that I don't want to watch this movie or eat this food or watch this show or be with this person. And I love that person enough to either be with that person or let that person alone, because I love them, but I have to love myself first and foremost, and I have to keep that love strong by putting my environment that I am in, put myself in an environment that's going to help me to always be the best. And that's the best love you can have, is to make sure that you don't hurt yourself by choice of just doing things that really would not help you to continue on to the next day. So thank you for watching, and I consider you important enough to make these videos, and thank you for watching me. Please like and share and watch it a couple times. It's important to take note and to use what you learn. So again, this is John Morrison from Life Academy. If you're watching this after the 1st, Happy New Year. And if you happen to watch this in the future, it doesn't make a difference. But have a good life and consider yourself important enough to always give yourself the consideration. And that's the best way to show love. Thank you.